and that is why it is still attractive for many people here.
The school is also the site of yet another big nationalist day in Rennie's Mill.
You should be here on the 10th of October, you would see. They're proud, they put on their nice suit and they go down to the school over there and they sing the nationalist song, and yes, they are still very proud of that regime. Now, we say they lost the war, but they don't say that. They say a strategic withdrawal to Taiwan in the hope that later they will. They say that. Do they feel that in the deep of their heart? That is everybody's guess.
October 10th, 1911, is the date of the overthrow of the Qing dynasty in China. The founder of the Nationalist Party was Sun Yat-sen. He was also a prominent figure in the First Chinese Revolution, but those days are gone now. This is the reality.
One big problem is so many old people living alone. Now, they become 70, 80 years old. You have seen the slope, very steep, many steps. Their house is high. They have to go down to the village to buy their food, up again, and so this is really one big problem.
Growing old in a foreign place isn't something to cheer about, and that thought is probably worsened by the fact that there doesn't seem to be a brighter future for the old nationalist soldiers and their immediate families.
In the 70s, already many people knew that there was no way of going back or attacking mainland or so. But in the 60s, you could still feel that conviction.
最近你嘅2年都好多都幫助嘅。以前陸陸續續都有去咗啦，現在嗰啲咩教餐問題一時電之後咧，有好多嘢都幫走㗎啦。搬咗去邊啊？佢哋有啲移民到外國㗎，美國、加拿大㗎，其他國都有，台灣也有，有啲反大陸也有。
97 for the old people living here is just a big interrogation mark. They don't know what to do. They have no money to go away. They are very old, so they just say, we don't know what to do. We just have no hope. Many say, well, it doesn't matter, I'll be dead by that time.
尤其我啲咁大年紀啦，呢到97年以後咧，我都唔知係咪陳債都好難講噶啦，生嘅憂啊，係嘛？即係你冇擔心過呢個問題？冇擔心，一啲都唔擔心。我真係咁樣嘅，人哋我就唔知啦，我就唔理咁多。
Rennie's Mill may still be one of the last legacies of the nationalist presence in Hong Kong. But for Mr. Wong, things have changed.
人哋睇嚟咧，好似係有嗰啲有個特別嘅，好似屬於搞笑國民黨嗰一派嘅，有啲人咧係咁睇法嘅。要我睇咧，都唔係完全係咁樣。
Still, for many of the old soldiers, this is the reality.
But there was a really very bitter hatred against the regime because some of them had really fought, and first against the Japanese and then against the communist troops and so on.
Well, they have to accept the fact that a contract has been signed between England and China, but most of them have no confidence. They always say, yes, something has been signed, but how do you know that they are going to keep their promise?
當初大陸統解嘅時候咧，嗰陣難講啊！我相信嗰啲事情唔會再重演㗎啦。佢哋知道嗰啲係唔啱嘅。
But even with these mixed feelings towards the present government in China, there's another side to it all.
I think that many of them must feel kind of nostalgia to the old times, and that there is a kind of feeling of being betrayed, that the dream of going back has not been realized. On the other hand, you can also feel that they are proud about the achievements that China has as Chinese. So it's a very complicated thing. I still remember, for instance, when there was a kind of well, maybe propaganda that China made the railway train completely by themselves. And so then I still remember meeting one of those people. They felt proud as Chinese that they could achieve this.
Feeling positive about China's achievements and the long years in Rennie's Mill after 1950 may have prompted some people to leave the village.
I want to have a steady life when I am old, because in Hong Kong, I think if I don't work, then I just can't have my life. And I work, I can eat. But I think when I'm in Canada, then I don't need to worry about my old age.
Rennie's Mills is one of the last strongholds of the nationalist legacy in Hong Kong. Because of recent developments, its future, some say, may be in doubt.
We think that when the old world cities problem will be totally solved, so in 4 or 5 years' time, then the government will look at this place and maybe one day they will just say, well, okay, the whole place will be destroyed and all these people will be resettled in new town somewhere else. But it will be very sudden in order to avoid any panic reaction.
No one knows if Rennie's Mill, one of Hong Kong's last remaining reminders of the nationalist days in old China, will go the way of the Kowloon walled city. But there's one thing for sure, a lot of the former nationalist soldiers still living there figure they won't be around to find out.